Hello, traders, and welcome in a new daily markets outlook. Today is Thursday, the 3rd of November, 2022, and this video is brought to you by the market research team at ONEPRO. Basically, we had some very big movements in the markets yesterday, especially on the dollar, gold, the euro, as well as the stock market, and this was due to the FOMC meeting conclusion yesterday, the FOMC statement, as well as the press conference by the Jerome Powell, Federal Reserve Chairman. Basically, let's have a quick look on the economic agenda for today first, and then we will dive into more details about what happened yesterday and how markets would react going forward, and what are the expectations when it comes to the technical analysis part. All of this will be discussed in this video. Please stay tuned. Starting firstly with the economic agenda for today. Basically, we have just a couple of few important things to look for. Basically, we are looking for the CPI from on the Swiss franc, and as well as a speech by ECB President Christine Lagarde. However, the key risk event to watch for today should be the meeting by the Bank of England and the monetary policy report, as well as the interest rate decision. Markets are basically expecting something between 50 basis points to a 75 basis points rate hike of another rate hike. It should be the 8th consecutive rate hike on the British pound, and we will look basically how would this react and on the British pound, as well as the future stance of the monetary policy. What are the expectations from the Bank of England? This will be during today's trading session. That's basically all what we need to focus on the economic agenda. Going back to the FOMC meeting, basically the FOMC meeting yesterday was everything that you expected and the exact opposite. So if you're looking for any dovish signs that the Federal Reserve will still hike interest rates with a lower pace, basically this was clearly mentioned in the meeting or in the statement after the FOMC meeting. And they mentioned that we will take into account the lag between the monetary policy actions and its effect on the economy, which was a clear dovish sign to the markets. And that's why we had a downward move on the dollar and an upward move on gold. However, during the press conference, Jerome Powell was the exact opposite, and he was too much more hawkish than expected. He mentioned that the target terminal rate for the interest rate is yet to be decided, and this basically neglects any importance for the dot chart from the federal members, which was issued last meeting. So we are having a couple of mixed signals from the Federal Reserve. Let's have a look on the technical analysis and the charts. Basically, today we will be uploading a video specifically to discuss with you and to demonstrate what happened during yesterday's FOMC meeting, and we'll explain what were the scenarios expected and how did things go, and we will dive into more details in this separate video, so please watch for it on our social media. Having a look on the dollar index here, we mentioned yesterday that there is a resistance around 111.60 or maybe 0.70. We mentioned that if the Federal Reserve were dovish, basically we should expect this downward move, which happened by the beginning of the interest rate decision. However, by the beginning of the press conference, when Jerome Powell just reversed every dovish signal in the FOMC statement, we started to have this upward move. The 30 minutes time frame at the moment seems a little bit sloppy. So in order to have an idea of what's happening here, I'd be highly looking for this high on the dollar index on the medium term, which is the 113.94. This was basically the last high created on the dollar index, and we'll be looking to target this level on the short and medium term. However, this will be a make or break level. I mean, if the dollar index succeeded in breaking above this last high, basically only then I would say that markets digested the hawkish signals more than the dovish ones, and we expect continuation of the upward trend on the dollar index. The same well goes on the gold trading, basically, because we are still here trading above the key support, which is the 16.25 to 16.30 dollars per ounce, and we will be looking for the price action around those levels. If gold basically succeeded in breaking, closing, and retesting this level of 16.30, we will only say then that markets digested the more hawkish side of what happened yesterday, and we will expect a continuation downwards on the gold trading. The same basically applies on the euro. We will be looking on the last low formed here around 0.9630. So basically, to me, markets will want some time to digest what happened yesterday, and we will be also waiting for any further comments from the Federal members about what do they expect on the target rate for the interest rate on the short and the medium term. So that was all for today's daily markets outlook. Thank you so much for watching, and please stay tuned for another videos. Please stay safe.